Join us as Uncle Sam takes on the manipulator and the greedies. If Uncle Sam loses, the greedies get all our money that would go into federal retirement benefits, health and human services, affordable housing, fraud and crime watchdogs, just to start. It also means we and our neighbors would be out of the middle class, building a 2,000-mile wall just north of the border. Who will win this challenge? Let's get ready for the battle of the 21st century. Examine changes made since 1776 to guess what has not changed in 240 years. The Declaration of Independence in 1776 was a reaction of the colonies to intolerable abuse. Our Constitution was not complete, as would be expected. The founders could not have imagined radio, phones, TV, flush toilets, or the internet. So Uncle Sam, the U.S., has made so far 27 amendments to update it. We reacted strongly to abuses of World War II, attempts to take away our freedom and our lives. After World War II, in 1948, the United Nations declared universal civil rights, which we folded into our federal agencies. They're our rights now. How can we prepare to win this battle for our rights? What has changed since 1776? And what has not changed in 240 years? In 1776, most of the new citizens were English. Education and votes were for white males only, and slaves worked in the fields. Now, American citizens, or their parents, are immigrants from everywhere. There are no slaves today. Life is much better now. Now everyone has the right to education and can vote. Life is much better for all. Today we have cars and indoor toilets, radio, TV, airplanes, computers, internet, and cell phones, and many other things. We have agencies that prevent epidemics and provide disaster relief. Now we know much more. Hearts can be replaced, and no amount of alcohol is safe against cancer or fetal spectral disorders. Today we have just laws and secure borders with the Department of Defense rather than feckless youths running around with guns. We have universal health care for all. Well, 23 Republican states still don't allow it to their poor. We have instantaneous communication worldwide by phone and internet. In World War II, more than 60 million people were killed, and now we have international agencies for peace. Who will win this challenge? Uncle Sam or the manipulator and the greedies? Here are the challenge questions. Which have not changed in 240 years? Huge income inequality, high poverty in the southern states, or civil rights only for wealthy whites? The manipulator says income inequality has not changed. In 1776, in states of the South, 10% of the wealthy owned 75% of the wealth. Today, across America, 10% of the wealthiest own 77% of the wealth. Correct, manipulator! The 1% wealthiest own more than 50% of all U.S. wealth. The wealthy use tax loopholes to pay a lower tax rate than the poorest in their state. The net worth of many people in the lowest 20% is negative because of debt. The wealthy have undue influence, pouring billions of dollars into the media, rigging Congress elections to make laws to favor the rich. Since 2009, 95% of U.S. economic gains from our efforts went to those with the top 1% net worth. What else has not changed in 240 years? Uncle Sam claims there's still high poverty in the southern states. Southern states keep minorities in poverty. The poorest southern state gets 40% of state funds from federal poverty assistance. States' distribution of federal assistance prevents the poor from moving into the middle class in other states. Uncle Sam was correct. Now for the tiebreaker. What has not changed in 240 years? Are all three questions correct? Are civil rights only for wealthy whites? Both contestants reply, no. The greedies sadly shake their heads. Civil rights only for wealthy whites? Not true. Now. It will depend on the winners of the election. We'll know on the 9th of November. Our federal agencies treat citizens equally by law. The greedies, the Republicans, vow to take control of our lawmaking Congress and dismantle federal programs, destroying our civil rights. Republican states run an oligarchy, that is, undue influences by the wealthy forcing laws through Congress that prop up the wealthy. The wealthy don't provide their fair share of taxes and rig capitalist commerce, so they get 99% of the wealth from our efforts. We still have a democracy in name. We can still protect ourselves from the oligarchs. Vote Democrats for Congress. Protect your rights. Millions of poor Americans struggle under discrimination and violations of their civil rights. Like the founding fathers who stood up against intolerable acts, we have reason and means to rebel, to protect our inalienable rights. The founders established a democracy of the people and for the people. We each still have a vote. We can vote against the Republican discriminatory party that vows to dismantle federal agencies that support our human rights. The wealthy have much to lose, and they're throwing billions of dollars into swaying elections of lawmakers, our Congress. The wealthy could lose access to billions of dollars that should go into our salaries for work we've done. The wealthy could lose the ability to maintain and extend tax loopholes for the wealthy so they don't have to pay their share. We have much more to lose than they do. Our salaries, our homes, our dignity, competitive education, catastrophe insurance, job assistance, affordable housing, federal fraud watchdogs, voting rights. We want to participate in the middle class that they're destroying, and there are more of us than them. Demand equal rights. Report fraud to the FBI. Report unfair practices of the wealthy. Demand that the Citizens United bill that allows the wealthy undue influence be rescinded. No one should be able to pour billions of dollars into any election. Get and keep our rights. Vote for your rights. Don't elect their Republican stooges who want to dismantle our rights. Vote Democrat for human rights. Look through the chart that shows the differences between Democrat and Republican issues. When you get down to the bottom, there are references. Follow the references. Google around. Find that it's all true.